What's going on, guys? It's the Ugly Medic here again, and I just wanted to talk about basic training and how that is. I went through basic training and from January to April, I think, or March. I think it was April, right? Was it April? From January to April? I'm not too sure, but I went from the coldest months of the year, in my opinion, January to March. I think it was January 10th or something to March 26th, and they were the coldest months. I'm gonna flat out say it. If you want to go to basic training, go in the spring, go in the fall. The coldest months and the hottest months aren't fun at all, and I found the most fun would be in, let's say, the spring or the fall. So anyways, let's get into basic training and what's it about. We first go into basic training. You don't go to basic training at first, you go into reception. Reception, I was there for 2 fucking weeks. 2 weeks. That's because they messed up on some paperwork of mine and a couple others, so they were there for 2 weeks as well. I wasn't the only one there for 2 weeks, so it was a journey for most of us. There's a couple 68 whiskeys there, which is what I am. That's why my channel is called The Ugly Medic. So I went through reception, basic training, and AIT with them. Check my other video on what AIT is like and everything for 68 whiskeys. But this video is mainly on basic training. So you go to reception first. This is where you get your vaccinations, your eyesight checked, your hearing checked. You will, up to date on your dental stuff and whatnot, even though you'll check it at AIT. Now, reception is pretty boring. You have to sit in this Vessi hall. It's a big hall, and it holds like 200, 300 soldiers. And I remember my Vessi hall, there were 600 to 700 of us total in there, and I was amazed by how many people were in there. But it's usually only about 200 to 300, usually. But mine was 300 because it was after Christmas, everybody was trying to get in and whatnot. It was after holiday block leave. You'll learn more about that, what holiday block leave is at. Anyways, you will get picked to go to basic training, let's say. And you'll raise your hand, you'll say, hey, I'm ready to go, or whatnot. After you get done with everything at reception, and they'll say, hey, there's a bus coming, or you'll just get picked up on the site, depending on how close your basic training is to that reception. You'll figure this all out if you are trying to decide to go in. Anyways, basic training isn't all that hard. The hardest thing about basic training is the PT test. For me, honestly, being how skinny I am super butt skinny, and I was malnourished, I feel like, during basic training. I didn't get as many meals as I would like. I got a 181 on the PT test, so you can take it from me. I failed every PT test except for the last one. I got the last one. I got a 1420 on the run. I got 47 push-ups and like 53 sit-ups or something like that. So the bare minimum on passing. You really want to start working on your push-ups and sit-ups as soon as you can. At AIT, I got much higher, of course, because I was able to actually eat and work out the way I wanted to. Obviously, I didn't get all that big either way. But anyways, basic training. So for the first week, it's all kind of so reception is completely different basic training. I already talked about reception. You go into basic training. Basic training, the first week is kind of all like, hey, this is what you're gonna do. Get with the program. I'm gonna fucking smoke the shit out of you. That's what they're gonna be like. The second week is kind of, for me, it was laid back. My drill sergeants were the coolest. I absolutely love my drill sergeants. They were pretty cool. They give us our phones within like the 3rd week of basic training or something like that, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. If I could go through basic training again, I wouldn't personally, because I love being with my family. But for many people in my situation, they could probably go through it again. The hardest thing about it was probably the weather and being away from your loved ones. I think that's the hardest thing about basic training so far, in my personal opinion. It was negative 20 degrees on some of the coldest days we had in basic training. So it kind of sucked, but you can get used to it. Anyways, basic training. So the 7th week, I think, is white phase, and you will be at the range every single day of the week, and it sucks. It sucks. Except for Saturdays and Sundays, you will be back at the base, but Saturdays you will be doing something stupid, and Sundays you will be either going to church or staying in the barracks. For us, on Sundays, it was kind of relaxed in the barracks. You know, you played some music. I caught up on writing some letters, and I caught up on, organizing my locker or whatnot, because you will have locker inspections at the end of the cycle, and that's something you want to keep up on, because you will have locker inspections either on the end of the cycle or within, throughout your cycle. And we call, from week 1 to week 10, we call them cycles. We don't call them semesters or anything. They're kind of like semesters in school, but they're cycles. It's something that they cycle out. But anyways, basic training, 1st to 3rd week, it's pretty, hey, this is what you're gonna be doing, get with the program. The 4th through 7th week this is the hard stuff. You'll have more PT tests than ever. You will have the anvil. You will have, just all the range days throughout those days. So you'll be shooting your weapon more than ever from week 4 to 7. And week 8 through 10 is graduation preparation. And I think those are the best weeks. I got the most sleep throughout those weeks. I sat in the barracks napping all day, and when the drill sergeant came in, there's people obligated to say at ease, which is another, you have to say at ease to a non-commissioned officer when they walk into a room if you're a lower rank. And it was fun because I got to sleep, and every time, one of my drill sergeants walked in, I woke up. And I was able to rely on my battle buddies to do so for me. And it was pretty fun. But yeah, week 10 was the best for me because I was able to, not only think about seeing my family, but, I was finally there at the very end, and I finally passed my last PT test, and I was super excited about it, and I was thankful that I wasn't recycled, because a lot of us, I think like 48 or 50 of us got recycled for PT tests, or just chaptered out of the Army for the PT test. So you have to be really careful about that PT test. Make sure you're prepared for it beforehand, because it is nothing to joke around about. Like I said on my other video on AIT, if you guys want to go check that out, the NREMT on that other video is nothing to joke around about. We had 70 people fail and reclass and chapter out of the Army because of that. If you want to stick in the Army, you better fucking try your 110% to get through it. I guarantee you, if you have that mindset, hey, I'm going to pass this, you're going to pass basic training easily. And I hope you watch this until the end. I know it's a lengthy video. It's 10 plus minutes. But I promise you that anybody that tries is going to pass. Anybody that says, hey, I'm going to pass is going to pass. Anybody that says, hey, this is easy, all I have to do is wait or get through it, is going to pass. Now, I'm saying, hey, listen, pay attention to the classes that they give you, like the radio classes, because those are going to come in handy later. Or let's say the medic classes, because I'm a 68 whiskey. Medic classes were all wrong. in my opinion. I'll touch base on that a little later. I'll make another video on how to do a little bit of first aid. But honestly, it's all pretty easy. Just sit through it, stay awake, pay attention. Excuse me. Pay attention, stay awake, get through it. Just pay attention. That's all I can say, really. Do what you're told. Do exactly what you're told. That's what I did. As soon as I got through basic training, the first day, it was like, hey, fucking dump your bags out. Let me see what you got. And, we dumped our bags out. We laid it all out on the ground. We made sure we had every piece of equipment that we were issued. And then after that, I made sure I stood at position of attention or at ease or parade rest whenever I was told to. That's all you got to do is pay attention, do what you're told, and get through it, man. It's that easy, If a guy like me could get through it, anybody can. Anybody. If you put your mind to it and if you try, and if you know you're failing the PT test, and if you try at it, I had this one guy in my basic training. He went from like a 100 on the PT test out of 300 to a 260 on the PT test during basic training, because he tried. He ran up and down the stairs every day, because the drill sergeants aren't going to stop you from like exercising or anything on your own. If you exercise on your own, you will pass it. I promise you. Start exercising now beforehand, but definitely exercise while you're in basic training, because I know we're all slackers. I know we're all procrastinators. Get real with yourself and try for yourself. This is what you decided to do, so you get fucking through it, buddy. I promise you'll get through it. If you have any comments or any questions over the topic, just feel free to ask. I know I'm a pretty new YouTuber. I'm trying to get out there. I don't have any social media apps. I have my Snapchat, which is Sean Favra. It's my full name. It's ShaunVavra. No spaces, no caps, no nothing. It's just all together. You can add me on Snapchat, I guess. But other than that, I'm just trying to get out there, trying to show the world what the Army is about, what training is about, how it goes, and whatnot. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, just tell me about it, and I'll write you back as soon as possible. As soon as I see it, I'll write you back, or I'll make a video over it. If you guys want me to make a video over it, I'll make a video over it. Either way, you'll get the answer to your question pretty quickly. So, again, I'm a new YouTuber, and I will, of course, do whatever I can for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful one. Thank you.